Well, hello YouTube. In this tutorial, we're gonna learn about for loop, for block of code. So the relationship with the while loop is in a sense that both of these ways will produce you, they can produce you same result. But the for loop is a little bit different in a structure. So when you are rolling with the while loop, you're gonna go like this. First, you will have some starting point, and then you'll go with while, and you're gonna define top level here, and then you will go with actual action. Okay, so this is like a meta structure. But with the for loop, you're gonna go like this. You will start with for, and then inside of these normal brackets you will have starting point, and then semicolon, and then ending point, and then algorithm, kind of algorithm, something like that, and then you will go to action. So basically, see, outside of while loop we have a starting point, but here, even in for loop, here we can define that starting point. So yeah, let's go to practical example. Let's first create starting point outside of for loop, and then we will switch with the case when the thing is inside of for loop. So integer counter equals 1, and then for that specific counter, this is starting point, but still you must state it here, and then you must state what is the top level inside of these normal brackets. So until counter reaches or it's equal to 20, let's say, and we must use semicolon in C++. In some languages it is just comma, so excuse me about that. So we have starting point, we have ending point, and now it's time to type algorithm here, like, and counter new one, we will get it when we add 1 to existing counter. So counter, plus 1. This is simplest possible scenario, and now inside, obviously, these curly brackets, we're gonna go to action, like cout and counter at the moment. And of course, let's grab that thing, and let's have end line, because if you don't use it, everything will be concatenated. So let me rebuild this stuff, and there you go. So from 1 to 20, everything is the same when we are looking into results, like when we are using while loop, but approach here is different. See, so here, so here between normal brackets we have 3 of these parameters, okay, with the semicolon. Don't forget that, because if you use something else in a C++, like a comma or dot, you're gonna run into problem. See? And error down there is expected primary expression before a return, and see, it's even telling you expected semicolon before return, and so on. So in most cases, C++ editor code block in this case will be relatively or even strictly precise where error occurs. See, so line 9, and there you go. You can immediately go to search where you have messed up. Yeah, so let me think about what we are going to do here. Now, see this stuff like counter equals counter plus 1. Sometimes when you're doing big programs, this is just boring to type. So actually there is a shortcut. See, everything what we have typed here in C++ and most other programming languages, we can write it like this: counter plus equal 1. So this is a shortcut that will save you at least one word here. And we can also use another mathematical operations here, like addition, no problem. It depends what you're doing, what kind of jobs you have, but for now, for simplicity reasons, just stick with basic addition. Okay, so let's actually sorry, so let's actually change this stuff here. I mean, I do know that it look a little bit cryptic, and this is not the stuff that you can put on your mathematical homework, because your professor will be, dude, you are switching mathematics for programming. But yeah, in programming you're gonna use this all the time, and honestly you will run into millions, billions of examples on internet when you're checking other people's source code like GitHub, I don't know, FTP servers, whatever, whenever you're gonna find wherever you're gonna find that source code you need. Anyway, so let me check correctness of this. Save and rebuild, and there you go, same result. Now here's the interesting thing. See this outside we have defined that starting point. Well, actually you can do this inside of normal brackets, okay? And actually I'm gonna change this counter to something totally abstract, let's say x, and all correspondingly x here. But the first time when you're creating x, because we are doing that inside of normal brackets, you must be really precise. You need to say here that we are talking about integer at the first place, and then we can give it, I mean, we must give it that starting value, 0, 1, whatever you like. So now this thing will work. Let me test that. And there you go, counter at the moment. So for some reason, let me see, save and rebuild. Why I don't see changes? This is interesting. Oh yeah, so this is just stupid custom report, but I'm actually printing real results. So x at the moment, sorry about that, I was extremely dumb in this case. There you go, so now everything is fine. Sorry guys about that, sometimes I just wander around. Not wander around, I don't know, I need to practice my English better. Anyway, so, yep, so you can practice when you finish this tutorial, for example, try to grab things from keyboard and then put it here so you can have that dynamic like a thing for starting point, for also increment, and yeah, that will be pretty much enough. Yeah, you can practice with that. Don't worry, you cannot broke anything. This is just programming. You can fix everything. Well, at least before you ship the thing to other people. Yep, so I'm gonna shut up. Thank you for watching and see you next tutorial.